Devils. J-Dog in fucking Phoenix, Arizona airport. God damn it. Record a fucking video. Waiting for his goddamn flight. Figure to knock out some fucking questions. Why waste time, right? So just full disclosure, I did a little bit of test run on the sound. Sounded a little fine. Sounded a little low, but I can't be yelling and screaming, you know what I mean? Somebody here. So hopefully I don't get any goddamn tampon boys to kick me out just for fucking just talking the slogan, right? So let's see how this goes. If there's a little sound, crank it on your fucking laptop, god damn it. Let's see what the fuck we got in here. Comments. Guys in my fucking view. Hit the road, Jack. Fuckers, I told you they might come by. Just some regular Phoenix, Arizona. Just told them to hit the road. Devil time. So we got from Twanith Wan. Varg actually claimed to have punched out a black dude in Norwegian prison. Claim whatever the fuck he wants. People claim they see Elvis in the goddamn mall. You believe that shit too? The guy didn't punch out shit. He probably got punched the fuck out. Did you see that squeak? He wasn't punching out nothing. Manual Schizodisc. Slipknot listening party with J-Dog. Question. Favorite South American band? As a whole, I'd say Christian, because I like the most albums by them. But definitely some other favorites South American albums would be like, a lot of the classics, Sarcophago Eye, Sepultura, Morbid Visions, Volcano, Bloody Vengeance. Those are all masterpieces. But, like, take Sepultura. What do I like? I love Morbid Visuals, Special Devastation, Schizophrenia is really good. And I even do like Arise and Beneath the Remains, but I don't think they're like spectacular. I just think that they're decent thrash records. I thought Morbid Visions stuff was way better. Sarcophago, I only like Iron Arise. I don't even like Rotting, to be honest with you, from what I remember. And but I did like what's the third release? Uh, drawing a goddamn blank the name. Talks about it. It's just not Sarcophago. So as a whole, the band Christian. There's no Christian album I hate, but some are definitely better than others. My least favorite one, where I can say I almost didn't borderline like it Christian wise, was what's it called? Something like 2016. I want to say 2015. It was before the Great. I think it was the one right before the Great Execution, or one after. It's where I remember Alex's voice sounded kind of thrashy on it. Was it Force and Fury? Maybe that's one of what's called. Even that I own, so I own every Christian now. So as a whole, Christian's got what fucking 10 albums or so. Something like that. Maybe even more at this point. So I would have to say that because most amount of records. So as a whole, South American band, Christian. Next goddamn questions. Fucking off my voice and lines, bunking some goddamn tampon boys. We're gonna interrupt them. RJC what's the same one? Sub Devils, any Built to Spill fans here? Built to Spill. Is that a band? I never even fucking heard of them. He gets some double replies though. What the hell do they say? Nothing relevant at all. I don't know why you guys reply to some other comments and but they don't say anything that's relevant to the question. Ryan and Zerta 2, J-Dog, question, goddammit. You a fan of the Malignancy demos? I think the demos fucking destroyed the first album, more raw and brutal. So the only thing I remember having by the demos is the Ignorance is Bliss CD, but I don't think that's has all the demos. And from what I remember is I always thought that was like the demo disc, but then when you Metal Archives or look something else, it's like kind of half-assed. Like, oh, why is it missing the first demo? And then I don't think I know any of the other stuff. Just know that as far as demo wise. So I always like Intruder and Cannibalism more because for me, I just thought it was a little bit more. Malignancy demos, at least on that disc, from what I remember, it reminds me kind of a Possessed in the sense to where you listen to Possessed Seven Churches and it's great, and then you hear the demo afterwards. At least I did, unless you're way older devil and you heard the demo first, then kudos to you, but I didn't. When I heard the '84 Possessed demo, I'm just like, well, I think it was like what 3 songs, maybe Fallen Angel and what other songs? But I think it was only 3 songs, maybe 4 songs. Like, oh, this is 3 or 4 songs that are on the album that are just kind of a half-ass sounding version of it. Like it wasn't, there's no different character or anything like that. For example, something like if you take like Deceased, for example, like Luck of the Corpse, or you take like the very first demo, Deceased, Evil Side of Religion, which I absolutely love. Even though there's some of the same songs on there, it sounds drastically different. Like King's singing style and stuff is all crazy and over the top. He's singing like a complete fucking psycho, which is like literally like no one's even sounds like to this day. It's pretty damn cool. There's another goddamn idea for you guys to try to clone. Everybody trying to goddamn clone fucking In Tune Left Hand Path. Try cloning the Evil Side of Religion demo. Goddamn it! All these fucking posers out there doing that. So try giving that a run. But what's cool is like you had Luck of the Corpse and you had Evil Side of Religion, the chords sound drastically fucking different. And also on Evil Sound on the Side of Religion, you also got songs that didn't make it to the album that weren't on there, like Eaten by Disease. I remember being one shit like that. Possessed demo was kind of like the Blazing demo. I was like, oh, these are just songs from the album. I was like, but the songs on the album sound better. So I was like, that just stuck in my mind. So that's why even the Ignorance is Bliss, I haven't listened to that in years. I always kind of figured like, if I'm going to listen to these songs, I'm just going to listen to the goddamn to the Church of Cannibalism, and then if I was going to listen, Motivate by Hunger, the next release is mine. So that's kind of where my stance. But I think they might have a first demo that I never heard. If it's not on Ignorance is Bliss, because that's the only demo-ish material that I know. Tampon Boy. Howdy Horrible. Have you ever read the lyrics to Leviticus? Sure did, and it ain't for Tampon Boys. That's definitely going to offend the Tampon Boys. What do you call them? 40-year-old virgin lyrics? The exact opposite. I'd call them fucking 40-year-old perverted pervert lyrics, if anything. What I liked about Lividity too was kind of cool is obviously they can't. I mean, I'm assuming they're not serious about their lyrics. Is a lot of the shit they say, like even if you listen to the live album, "Show Us Your Tits" live, they say a lot of stuff in it that you can't get away with now. So it's kind of extreme and cool for that reason. And I just like the shock value type stuff. Um, but no, I always thought that their lyrics are great. Grab the age of clitoral decay and give that to mom. See if she likes that. Mom ain't gonna fucking like it, guaranteed. And again, not some 30-year-old mom that's she counts as a mom, but she had you when she's 15, and you're 15, and it's like, yeah. When I'm thinking of mom, I'm thinking of some 50-year-old who grew up on Elvis and shit, who's not going to like it. That's generally what I mean. And I know there's exceptions to that rule, too, that they do, too, as well, that they do. Because I already saw somebody of the comments on maybe it was today's video, a very recent video, like, oh, my mom likes that. I know there's going to be exceptions. I'm fully aware of that. I'm just talking as the generalized statement. It's the majority don't. Damn sure not going to like goddamn Leviticus. For the most part. Again, there's going to be one-offs, but Crimson Concerto, Jada, why do you refuse to acknowledge that you listen to entry-level heavy mall for chick black metal? I'm not sure what you mean there. I mean, if you're saying all the black metal bands are entry-level mall metal, then that's what I listen to. I just never looked at them like that. And I go to my mall and they ain't selling Dark Funeral. I've never been to my mall and seen Dark Funeral. I'm assuming that's what you're referring to. Dark Funeral, Marduk, Enthroned, Immortal. Those are bands that I like. You're saying those are mall bands. I've never once. I can honestly say I never outside of a metal show. I have never even gone out in public in my gym, Walmart, McDonald's, gas station, the mall, where the fuck ever, and I've never ever not once seen an Immortal, Marduk, or Dark Funeral T-shirt. Ever, not once. A restaurant, anything, never. A bar, nothing. I've seen Cannibal Corpse here and there. I've seen Deicide here and there, Sepultura, shit like that, Motorhead. You see crap like that. Cradle of Filth, of course, I've seen those. But even those, it's funny because it's not. I don't see them on a daily. I don't even see them on a weekly fucking. I don't even see them on a fucking monthly basis. Probably count on one hand how many times a year I even see those. But Immortal and Marduk and shit, Dark Funeral, that's which I'm assuming that's what you're referring to, based on all the previous rip-ons on the channel. I've never really seen them, so they can't be that goddamn long. Now over in Europe and shit, I get the vibe that they very well could be. Then again, I get the vibe that so is Dark Throne over there too. And again, nobody calls them the mall band, even though isn't Dark Throne more popular than Dark Funeral and Immortal and all them? Throne? I mean, Dark Throne is 1,000% out. Okay, there you go. There you go right there. I know for a fact Dark Throne is definitely more popular than Enthroned. So you got guys in here calling Enthroned mall black metal, but they don't say that for Dark Throne. Again, they get the free fucking pass. They got a fucking goddamn ice skating little girl on goddamn cover, and they no problem. Fenris does no wrong. What are you talking about? Doesn't even make any fucking sense. I'm sure these airport clowns think the fucking same, goddammit. Bowen Revels. See a shitload of question marks here. Girls only go to shows for the guys. Guys at the show nerdy as fuck motherfuckers for me laugh out loud. There's Like I say, I 100% agree with that statement, but there's definitely some accuracy in there. Has J Dog ever listened to the Mighty Manila Road? Probably my favorite band of all time. Sure have. My review on them, and I definitely did not listen to all 15 albums, or whatever the fuck they have, because it's quite a few. The main one I listened to was Crystal Logic, and I told it on this channel before. Side A of the LP, I remember being good. Side B, I flipped it over. I'm like, what happened? Nothing there. That was my goddamn review. Yeah, I got most getting a bunch of fucking people there. So might have to keep it down, and keep it short. Might not go over too well. Let's see what the goddamn questions are. From Morris, ex-official Jada, what do you like more, Ukraine or Russia? Take it easy. I'm asking about their black model. I would go with Ukraine because isn't that like Hate Force, Nocturnal Mortem, Drudka, stuff like that. Not that I'm a big fan of all those bands. They seem to have songs here and there that I like. But Russia black metal, nobody's coming to my mind that I liked anything by. It's like I said, Nocturnal Mortem. I'm not a huge fan by them. I don't even own any of the records, but I've listened to some of them. And what I've concluded is none of their albums do I like in entirety, but they definitely have some songs here and there I like that I enjoyed. So yeah, I have to go with Ukraine. But to be completely honest, I'm not a big fan of either. Distributor of cult points, question marks, bands you want to sign it to HHR but didn't. I got one. A year ago, I spoke to Email Jeff, who plays guitar for Verminoth. Just got an earful of their album Primordial Tomb, and I mentioned HHR to him. Have you ever been in contact with that band? Aim to sign them, brah, before a trendy corporate poster label beat you to it. I mean, I was not personally in contact with him. I don't know if he could have emailed Chase or sent it to him, but yeah, I personally have not talked to him, so I don't know anything about it. So why did he say email this, and did he get a reply or not reply? Or I'll be honest, I mean, it's at the very moment we're extremely backed up with releases all the way until we have stuff that's sent to press that will not come out until 2024, and then our release schedule is literally booked for what we will be sending in. So the amount of stuff that we can, you know, you have a cash limit, right? That you send in per month. Every month for this year is filled to the brim, meaning we can't put any more new releases in this year as far as what we can send to press. So we're not going to be taking on much new shit, especially like new bands. And if we do, it's going to be full disclosure. It's like we'll get cozy. There's not going to be coming out anytime soon. So full disclosure there. So I didn't get a contact from him, and if Chase did or something, he's probably going to get that template answer because that's just the reality. You're probably not going to want to send us something at the moment. But me personally, I would still sign up. What I like is the classics. Like for example, like if I got the opportunity to hate plows on vinyls, um, we'll squeeze them in somewhere. If it's got to be next year that they go send to press, then so be it. But also too on a brighter side, I've heard I think it was Chase that said it. The vinyl plants are getting a little bit better on their turnaround time. They're still dog shit and a half, but I don't think it's 12 months anymore from when you send in. I think it's like 6 to 9 months, I think is what he said. So still trash central, but better than 12. That's for goddamn sure. And then come this time, like let's say when we finish out this release schedule this year, come next year, um, I would think that they should be pretty damn. I mean, what 3 to 6 months maybe then worst case scenario? Because generally speaking, before all this bullshit happened, it was 3 months, 12 weeks generally is what turnaround time with our vinyl plants were. CDs were never really a big issue. It's like 4 weeks or so. Caprizeus. Dark Throne is one of the bands that is not overproduced these days. Yeah, but just because you're not overproduced doesn't mean that the fucking songs are great. And damn sure doesn't mean that they didn't change their musical genre. And damn sure doesn't mean that the fucking ice skating little girl fucking cover doesn't suck ass. So okay, the production's one thing, but it isn't the be all end all. If that's the case, just put out some underproduced, just raw as hell turd recorded in your goddamn garage. Put that up. Like, this is the greatest fucking thing ever. It's just, oh, okay, great. You know what I mean? What does that mean? The songs still kind of suck from I remember. And then, full disclosure, I still didn't listen to the new album. Mike Adolf, J Dog, cartilage is similar to hemorrhage, in my opinion. That definitely gives them a starting place. But the thing is, I will say this is ever since like the early 2000s, there was a lot of bands that are coming out that definitely sound like hemorrhage or hemorrhage influence. Like I was told you guys about, fuck this goddamn lady, fucking on my camera, goddamn sound. Um, there's like gruesome stuff, Relish, Ultra Giallo. um, Splatterhouse. There was a lot of stuff that was very similar to Hemorrhage. Steve Steele, question marks. Did you know the Slipknot fan base are called the Maggots? Kind of like the Misfits, the Fiend Club. Is that a real thing? No, I did not know that. I never heard that. I have heard that on another channel. Laugh out loud. Must be heavier than Pantera. I mean, actually, to be completely honest, I would take Pantera any day of the week over fucking Slipknot. At least there's no goddamn rapping lingo. And the Slipknot fans, they're actually, let's say, are they more annoying than Pantera fans? Probably. I'd actually have to say so. Cave Grinder, question marks, J-Dog, what are your top three favorite Immolation albums? Saw them over the weekend and they were fan-fucking-tastic. I like every single Immolation album, but in order, for me, is Here and After, because that's the first one I heard. Nailed to Gold is definitely my favorite Immolation song of all time, easily. Nailed to Gold, especially that guitar solo, fucking phenomenal. Um, Here and After, Dawn of Possession, and it's a toss-up between Failures for Gods and Close to a World Below. Because yeah, they both have some really really strong songs on there that kind of outdo each other. Like Father, You're Not a Father. That's like a fantastic song on Close to the World. Put My Hand in the Fire. Songs like that. But then on the other hand, No Jesus, No Beast, for example, on Failures for Gods. That's definitely one of my favorite Immolation songs as well of all time. Songs together now. So second, first and second place are easily. I could pick those out easily, but third place is kind of a coin flip. Either Failures or Close to a World Below. If I had to go to a abandoned island and only take one or the other, I'd be okay with either one. I want to be able to choose because I like them pretty much equally. Andy Zuleta, yeah, I agree. I wouldn't hang out with that guy complaining about chicks. It's already a sausage party. Mostly girls at shows are red flags. Yeah, I mean, when there's chicks at shows, I'm definitely okay with that. But it's all fine by me. That's more the better, as far as I'm concerned. Sewer Violent question, Jada. What was the deal with Immolation changing their logo to a normal font during the early 2000s? I'm glad they changed it back. You know, what's funny is growing up, that was they changed it right when I was a teenager when I first saw them. Like they changed it right on Failures for Gods, and that was the tour I saw them on '99. Then I saw them all on Closer or Below, and Unholy Cult, et cetera, et cetera. And I remember me and my brothers, Eric and Chase, though, we complained about that as teenagers. Like, why are they using this shitty ass font logo? Use the old logo, god damn it. We complained about it all back then. And then as you get older and older, you kind of just fall off and kind of don't care. But they did change it back to the old logo. They've been using it for a little while. Like the new album, Acts of God, that's the old logo on it. So they did switch back to it. But in the early 2000s, what were they thinking? I don't know what it's possible it wasn't even then. Maybe it was just Metal Blade. You know, maybe to just have a more obvious logo, sell more records at stores. That would be my guess. Because I mean, you're not looking at that like, oh, that's so much fucking cooler. Who the fuck's thinking that? You know, a blind man can see that fucking sucks. So that can't be the reason. So it's got to be just probably for marketing, I guess. So we get one more goddamn question and we'll call it a vid. If there is any more goddamn questions. This one isn't here, but seems like it's kind of some silly nonsense that I'm not going to say anything about. Rick, Rick G. I don't think I've ever commented on Rick G. At least I don't recognize the username. Once heard a guy say Slipknot was the first extreme metal band. Well, they were like the first creators to talk about an Alalu mofo. What would you say in response if you heard someone say that? I mean, if it was just kind of a quickie, like for example, here in the airport or something, somebody told me, I would just blow them off. It's like I don't want to talk to this canoe anyways, so I wouldn't say much to them at all. I just whatever is going to get the conversation over with. If it was an actual debate, I was just like, I'll stretch you. What are you talking about? I mean, number one, they're not an extreme. Even if you like them, they're not an extreme band by any fucking stretch. Like, how are they extreme? Um, so there's that, and then the first extreme metal band you fucking heard. It's just like it tells me like the Pantera guy. He thinks he listens to the heaviest fucking band on earth because he's just uninformed, not educated. He just doesn't know any goddamn better. So, but it is kind of funny, especially now. It's 2022 with YouTube and shit. kind of really can't make that claim. Like, excuse me, well, I just didn't know. The other shit was just too hard to find. Cannibal Corpse, what are you fucking know about? You couldn't find out about them. Pretty easy to find about. And that's like, you're just, to me, you're not interested in music or extreme music at that point if you haven't found out about them, especially if it's been over, if you've been in any of this time frame whatsoever, a year or more. I mean, you should have stumbled across it. That means you're just literally taking what the mainstream is jamming down your throat, aka Slipknot, and that's why you know then to fall for that. So outside of that, yeah, just get lost, fucking rah rah. Anyways, that's been this one. What to do? Countless questions soon. When the count back and answer brain in the morning. Later, goddamn it.